Hello, your favorite Skyblock procrastinator here. Back again with summer 2023 anime tier list. I know you've been all waiting for this. Um, anyways, Dark Gathering. My friend who read the manga said it was like amazing, like amazing horror. I watched the first episode. Some usually I don't like to just watch one episode and judge it, but like honestly, like there's a couple of these where I just watch one episode. I'm like, I'm so done, bro. It's so like it's so wannabe horror, but it's just not scary at all. And then the story is just boring, and I don't like how she looks whatsoever. Like her design is awful. Her eyes look like it looks so edgy for no reason. I don't like the show. C tier. Bungo Stray Dogs. This is probably like the peak of Bungo Stray Dogs. Okay, like previously, I thought it was the season 2 fight with the money dude. I forgot his name. But this fight where the whole like I don't wanna spoil anything, but like, yeah, I think the relationship between the main villain and then the freaking what the hell was his name? I gotta find his name. Uh, bro, he's not freaking here, bro. Where? Oh yeah, these two, Ochi and Yukichi. I think their relationship is amazing. Same with the side battle between Dazai and Fyodor. I mean there was a lot of twists. Like these two just kept playing mind games with you the entire way through, which I mean makes sense with those two characters. Anyways, Hero Academy, Jesus Christ, this show was like it cannot get like I had very low expectations for this show, and it somehow just like Jesus, what the hell was that first episode where it was like some magical girl, but then like they become giant and then they become I don't know what the plot is. It's so actually no, I do know what the plot is. There is no plot. It's just one like freaking overpowered dude or whatever, and he's just in high school pretending to be normal, but it's like the most cringe thing you'll ever see, and like all the other characters are just as cringe. And no, anyways, a Fate Strange Fake. As a Fate enthusiast, I read the manga. Didn't read the light novel for it, but I heard the light novel is really good too. I really like this one singular episode. I heard they were gonna make a whole series after it. Aniplex did a good job. Usually I'm a bit skeptical. It's like UFO table, and sometimes the animation is the best. But I think the animation did very well. The fight between Enkidu and Gilgamesh. Oh my god, that fight was so good. I feel like the story hasn't really like rolled in yet, like it's but like it has the potential, once it's made into a series. No, I love Love Live. Okay, I watched Love Live like I don't know, like maybe half a year ago. Like I binged all of Love Live. I love Love Live. Okay, but I just hate this spin-off. Okay, it makes Love Live into like a fairy tale, like a kids anime. Like it doesn't have the same charm as the original Love Live, and it feels so like childlike is the best way to describe the show because it just like breaks. It's like Disney where they just like, randomly start singing, which I mean they kind of did in the anime, but like also not as much. But I don't know. I didn't like this spin-off whatsoever. I love Love Live Sunshine. Love Live Sunshine was probably my favorite Love Live too, and I love all of these characters, but I just don't think this spin-off was good. Probably see. Okay, actually no, I'm putting that. I do not want that to be in the same tier as freaking God. Oh yeah, wait. I didn't watch the OVA. I'll probably watch it, but I didn't watch it yet. Okay. That was a part timer. Actually, a lot of people didn't like what they did after season 2, but it's not the best. It's not as peak as season 1, obviously, but it's definitely not that bad. Like it's pretty low on Mal for Mal standards. I'm pretty sure it's like what 6.3, low six. Low six is pretty bad for Mal standards, considering like the average is 7.2. Where is it? 6.6. Yeah. Uh, I just finished. I haven't updated some of these yet. So, but yeah, I just finished this one. I like the whole dynamic between like all the different nations that we finally get to actually see anti-Isla, like and all the political like happenings of what's going on and stuff. So it's not bad. I just wish I don't know, the animation was a bit better, and God freaking what the hell was her name? Um What the frick? Uh, bring it. Ramis. Ramis. I don't. She's so bad. I can't. She's so annoying. Anyways, Helk. Everyone at the start of the season was like, "Oh my god, Helk is gonna be like the hidden banger, bro. Like Helk is gonna be so good." I I watched. I think I'm on like episode 9, 10, maybe. I'm not done with Helg. I highly doubt anything's gonna change anything. Let's be honest. I don't know. So far, it's pretty boring. Not gonna lie. Like it's just this dude who's like really, really strong, and he's not funny. Like the show's trying to be funny a lot of times, and it's just not funny whatsoever. Oh, I didn't watch that, so I'm put that there for now. He Uh, I don't know. His I don't like his personality whatsoever. He's kind of just like this like regular dude who's like loud, obnoxious, somewhat. I do like the main girl. Um, I like her personality. She's kind of a tsundere, but like not really, and I like all the other demons' relationships with him, I guess, because they're all just like accepting that this human is just gonna be wants to be the demon king for some reason. It's not that It's not that bad, but it's not good by any means. Freaking uh, last boss something. Hold up, bro. These isekai names, man. Holy crap! Last boss. What the hell was the English name for this? The most heretical last boss queen from villainous to savior. You know, these villainous isekais are just getting like one step worse and worse, but it's still definitely not bad. I do like how she goes over like each individual character and their misfortunes, I guess, and how she changes that misfortune around. It's not bad by any means. But especially for an isekai. I don't think it deserves a 7.0, maybe a bit higher than that. For mouse standards, anyways. I don't think the show is bad. And I especially like that one villain. What the hell was it? Val. I love Val and like him gradually learning to like um feel like love for a family that he like could never have because he was an orphan, and then like he these two kids like they really became his family basically, right? Like it's a really sweet moment. There's several moments like that. I do think sometimes it's a bit like cliche-ish. Um, I'll put in A for now, but I might move it down. Depends. I'll see. Yeah, horror Mia OV. I mean, it's horror Mia. Come on, it's just more horror Mia. It's literally just like it's funny. It's good, great romantic tension, I guess. What I do kind of miss though is yo, when's freaking Hori gonna get that masochistic kink thing or whatever that she kept having in the anime, in the original anime, but for some reason this completely disappeared in this one. But yeah, it's good. I'm not sure if I could give it an S per se, but anyways, vending machine isekai. A lot of people from what I've seen, anyways, are all like, "Oh my god, this isekai is so unique!" Like, "Oh my god, he can't talk, so he has to like go through like monologue, using vending machine monologue." And bro, that I'm sorry, like it's unique, sure, but like it doesn't make it good. Like Isekai while smartphone was unique because he had a smartphone. Like that doesn't mean anything, bro. I'm sorry. And like I heard these other things about like, oh, it's teaching you about vending machine culture or whatever. I'm like, great. I really care. It doesn't make the show any less like horrendously boring. Like I don't even know what the hell happened in this anime because nothing happened in this anime. I do like the OV. I mean, not OV. The opening though. The opening is really nice because friggin' what the hell was their name? Bradio. Yeah, Bradio. Bradio hits hard. Oh, I didn't watch HK. Yeah, I'll probably binge that later and regret it. What the hell was this anime called? Oh my god, I'm so bad with names. Sorry. Oh, am I actually the strongest? Oh god, this show. Uh, I don't even know what to say about this show. So basically, right, this guy has like he's like over the max level of the display, so he looks like he's level 5, but no, he's actually like level 105, whatever the hell it was. I don't remember. Or 1,005. I don't remember. Um, it's so bad if not for the goddamn little sister. Holy crap. Charlotte, oh my, she hard carried this show, bro. Like, and also Liza. Charlotte and Liza hard carried this show. I can't. Also, this guy's magic power makes no sense. Okay, he could like make barriers, right? And for some reason, his barriers let him change his voice. His barrier lets him freaking like I don't remember actually. Oh yeah, his barrier makes him like lock people and stuff, and put them into like a chain. Like I don't know. It's his powers is so BS. Oh yeah, his barrier somehow it gets him a clone too. I don't know how that works out. Yeah, his powers make no sense whatsoever, and it's just an excuse to like let him do everything. I mean, the Lelouch cosplay is kind of funny, I guess. Yeah, I didn't think they'd actually like make it so similar. I read the manga for it like way back. Like I don't know. Charlotte, as I expected, carried the show. Liza, it was amazing too. They're so adorable. That's the only reason I'm giving the show a C. Bro, I didn't even watch season 2. My friend made me watch the first episode of season 3, okay? I didn't even watch season 2. I didn't need to because nothing happened. Okay? At season 3, you know what happened in season 3? Nothing. Probably not at least. I watched one episode, the first episode. It was just as cringe as season 1. Maybe not as cringe per se, but it's still like basically the same, bro. I'm sorry, I'm giving that a D, even though I only watched one episode, and I refuse to watch it anymore. And you cannot tell me otherwise. This anime is so bad. Like I heard people talk about how like oh this anime is unique in the fact that like the dungeon economy is like the only way to get certain resources. I'm like yeah, but like some of these just make zero sense on how like these resources can only be obtained from dungeon. Like some of these, okay, a lot of things in this just make no sense. Also, it is so cringe. I can't. It's like the most generic. Like you can't. What the hell was the name of the show? My unique skill makes me overpowered even at level 1. What is that title, bro? Oh, it's so bad. And all the characters suck. There's not a single good character. I'm sorry. Like they try to develop these like characters, like the freaking the yellow hair girl who's like wants a family or whatever, and then the freaking red dress girl who's like, oh, I can only use one power, so then I'm like used like a slave or whatever, and I'm overworked, and he doesn't like it when other people are overworked because he was a salary man and he was overworked. It's so generic, it can't get worse than that. Lie is the biggest disappointment this season. Okay, like I was so looking forward to Liar Liar because it looked like, something between No Game No Life, something between Clash of Elite, I love those types of shows. Clash of Elite, we don't talk about the season 2 because that was so bad. I mean, season 1 wasn't the best either, but like, we don't talk about that, okay? But like, it's just something around the same concept, which it is the same concept, but I have not seen it done so poorly before. Like, the game like they try to make him smart, but he is it's just stupid. Like he's like, oh, he cheats, right? Which is like, yeah, what everyone does in like those types of animes, where everyone just cheats, but like his cheats are like the most BS out of nowhere cheats. Like, oh, actually, I have this card that lets me like change lie about like one thing, and then it changes the entire game somehow, and it's like common card, and everyone has it. It's, it's I'll put it in C because Misha Necron lookalike. What the hell was the main name called? Um, Himeki Shirayuki. I mean, she was like probably waifu of the season. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I have not watched Link Click, so I should have probably put it here. Season 2, but I know it's gonna be S tier, but I'm gonna put this down here. Just because I haven't seen it yet. But I will. I promise I will binge it. I was saving up for a binge. I'm pretty sure it just finished, or like maybe it's one episode away from finishing. I have no clue, but like, I don't think I need to watch it to give it S tier. Okay, I'll put it right now. This show is actually, hold on, let me find it first. One Room Hero. That's right, One Room Hero. This show is actually the most underrated show this season, probably. Let me see the rest of this list so far. Yeah, there's one more that could contend, but okay, this show is basically Welcome to NHK, but I didn't like Welcome to NHK because it felt a little slow and boring at times, and also I just didn't like the art style because it was like old and stuff. Like I'm sorry, like art style does matter. Okay, it does feel a lot like Welcome to NHK, where this guy is just he's a fallen hero basically, and like he's just a slum like pathetic dude, and now a shell of his former self per se, right? And he's kind of trying to get back into society, get better like for himself and for like the friends he made, these demons that he used to be enemies of, and he basically like ends up having to deal with like these two his previous allies fighting each other because they just can't agree with like how they rule a place or something like that. And how do I explain it? They basically have like this bond with each other, and he ends up repairing that bond, and he was able to like grow, and so were they as like friends. And he meets up with all these old colleagues, and it's an amazing show. Honestly, it's an A. I don't think it's an S tier per se, but it's so good. Also, both the opening and ending for this is amazing. Masamune-kun, I did not expect this to get a season 2, first of all, okay? Just like most people said. I think it's actually really good. Season 1, I actually did quite like season 1. I I liked a very different protagonist from most like Karen protagonists, where they're like bland and stuff. This guy goes for the kill. Okay, Masamune really hard carries the show with his personality. There's not a single good girl in this. Okay, except maybe the maid, who I won't spoil anything, but yeah, he. Let's just say there's a lot of big turning points in this show that can be really anticipated for the next episode, and the relationships change. Okay, like there's a lot of changes in relationships in this season. Let's just say that. I think it's A. I think it's actually really good. Okay, Mushoku Tensei, we really have to say anymore. Spiral's a banger by Long Man, like, and he's amazing too. Sophie, his struggle with erectile dysfunction, his growth as a character, just an amazing art style. What's her name? Sasha. Um, like their whole fiasco per se. I just felt really bad for him for a lot of this show, and then he was finally able to cure it. Just watch it, okay, just watch Mission Frequency. Random Seven Spellblades. I've seen a lot of people say good things about this show. How it's like, oh, it's like Harry Potter. So it's like every magical high school anime, but sure, it's like Harry Potter. It's so good. They have like I can't. It's so generic, like edgy. I'm 13. This is the best show I've ever seen. This is honestly more boring than Irregular. Okay, like this show was so bad. I don't even remember what episode I dropped it at. But I read the manga for it, like way past the anime. The manga's definitely way past the anime. Okay. This show was so boring. The plot is like generic too. It's like, oh, the main character actually has like a secret sword, and there's like 7 of these swords, and then oh, it's called Rainbow Seven Spellblades, by the way. It's like, oh, he has this magical sword, and it's like really cool and overpowered, and like so these other people who also have these swords, and then he's like trying to find them, and so I'm like, it's not good. Okay, I'm sorry, it's so boring. Okashi no Tensei, the show was really disappointing to say the least. Uh, okay, so I expect this to be more like the one from what, oh, oops, a tone demo skill. ton demo Q. Where is it? Yeah, I was expecting to be more like this show, which I actually really enjoyed this show. A campfire cooking another world with my obscure skill. I thought it was gonna be like that, where it's gonna be like, where did I put out there? This where it's gonna be mostly like mostly just cooking anime, which I love cooking anime. I absolutely love them, especially if they have an isekai quiz, like isekai to I mean restaurant to another world. I love those types of anime. Okay, but this show did such a poor job at like implementing the culinary aspect of it. Like it's borderline just generic generic isekai, but oh, every so often, oh, dad, can I please buy an apple so I could make an apple pie because I love apple pies? And then he's every so often he also makes a cookie. I'm like, great. There's more politics stuff than there are culinary stuff. I can't. It's so bad. I don't think it's a D per se because the political stuff isn't that bad. Like I actually kind of enjoyed it. Kind of. It wasn't like completely boring. Okay. What the hell was this show called? It was based off of a game. It was like what the frick? What the hell was this show called? Oh, Atelier. I only watched the first episode of Atelier, which was like a 40-minute promo. I actually thought it was at least at the very least the art style is beautiful, by the way, and the character designs they're all amazing. The story is a bit slow. I only watched the first episode, so keep this with a grain of salt. From looking at the my anime list, 6.49. It I'm not the most trustworthy of the my anime list community, but if it's this low, it probably isn't that good. But I won't base off that. I'm basing off of just the first episode. Okay, from what I've seen, it's not that bad. It's just there's some parts that are a bit like you could tell it's from a game. Okay, like you could tell which ones are like the 5-star characters, which ones are like the 3-star beginner baby stuff. Okay, and and it is just a bunch of weird like coincidences where like all these people just somehow end up meeting like this old dude who like teaches her how to make again was it alchemy, was it? Yeah, I think it was alchemy. She just randomly goes up to this like house meets this like master alchemist, and she just happens to be, I don't know, this have a lot of happenstances that just doesn't seem right and feel really out of place and forced. Kind of like because it's a game, but I'll give it a C just because I think the art style is really nice. I think I could actually finish the rest of these. I just couldn't find much time. What the hell was this show called? I do not remember. Something about healer, right? I think maybe, hopefully. Oh, where's this? Where is this? Oh, there it is. Oh my god, what is that name? The Great Cleric. Oops, I did not mean to do that. The Great Cleric. I I feel like the fact that like healers in this world for some reason just like just like have to accept a lot of money just to work. I don't think that really works economically speaking. Like, why the hell won't they just keep lowering each other and lower each? I know like Churchill or that one fat dude is like trying to like control it and all, but how the hell is he even able to control it in the first place? Like, there should not be like a system where they have to pay a lot of money to. The healing aspect makes no sense. Also, it was barely even part of the show. He was just he was such a good dude that he heals people for cheap, and that was like the entire show. And then like they kept reusing jokes that are just not funny whatsoever, like the chemical X thing that just makes them overpowered, and like everyone thinks it's gross, and then he's like called a masso zombie or whatever, and it's not good. Don't watch it, please. Okay, now this show was the other show next to let's see, My One Room Hero. It was like Cecilia to something. Sure, Cecilia. Was it Cecilia? What's Cecilia, right? Oh, that's right. Saint Cecilia and the Pastor Lawrence. I thought this show was really good. I really really like this show, bro. It's so cute. It's a fantasy, and it's basically like this a pastor and the saint are like living in the same house. They're kind of like family to each other, and then like the saint's kind of got a little crush on him, you know. Uh, it's just the best way to describe it. It's just a cute show, bro. Like there's so much cute moments in this, and I love just slice of life, cutesy, stuff like this with romantic tension. You know, I don't think it's S tier, but it's high. Okay, the girl like forget the glasses. I do not get how she can like forget her glasses like 99% of these times. I only watched like the first episode, by the way. Also, I hate the studio for this. I forgot what studio. It's like it's the one that made Handshakers. I don't remember what it was called, but God, it's so bad. I hate the art style, and there's just random like transition scenes that just look awkward. It just doesn't look right, and it's completely not needed. By the way, for an anime like this, for like a slice of life romance, like I feel like if this was edited made by a normal studio, I can at the very least like finish it. Like I could bear with the stupid concept that make no sense, and it he just feels so like forced on her, like he just keeps doing these like stupid ass things that are so cringeworthy. It's not good. Okay. Now Temple. I'm caught up with the manga for Temple because I love Grand Blue and they're being made by the same artist. And it's definitely a show, I'll tell you that. It's definitely a show. Um basically, right? This guy who just really wants to be, holy because his father sucked and abandoned him for a bunch of women, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let me go to a temple," and then he somehow ends up being in a nunnery. The concept makes no sense, but the comedy isn't the worst thing in the world, and I do kind of like some of the character developments that happen in this, which like these characters learn to not be as like self-sacrificing. Yeah, I especially love what the hell was that? What was that stalker's name? Oh, yeah, I got give me a sec. Gotta find what the hell was her name? Oh, was it Kakuro? I think it was her. But I love how like she's very Tsundere about Mia. Like she's a double agent to protect Mia because they're childhood friends, and their relationship is really wholesome. Okay, I love Alba. She does a lot of the heavy lifting for this show. Let's just say that. She's very funny. Alba is Alba Yuzaki is so generic. I can't, and she's the main girl, and she's probably gonna end up winning. She's so generic though. I don't like freaking Sukuyo either. She's also very generic. Mia's weird because she's like from a lewd family. She's like she wants to. Her family wants to lewd like 100 men and stuff. She's very hit or miss. I don't know. It's not a bad show per se. B. Mm, Let me see these shows. I'll put it in B. Low, very low B though. Very low B. My Happy Marriage. Okay, so I do have a couple of gripes, but don't get me wrong. I do really like this show. Um, the romantic stuff is nice, and then how she was able to like you know grow. She very much grew from the first episode. Okay, she got a lot more of self confidence and she improved a lot of character. But my problem with this show is that it's like so shojo. Like it is too shojo. Okay, the plot is so like predictable and generic, and and the villains, her sister and her like mom and stuff, are like so like they are so cartoonishly like evil, like from a Disney movie or something. Like oh my god, there's just a lot of things I didn't like about the show, but it's definitely not a bad show. Okay, I'll give it a B. What the frick was this show? It was like, hold on, I have to find it. But I have no. I watched one episode of this and I dropped it. Oh, Dreamy Boy is a realist. Yeah. Um, I was also this was a pretty big disappointment too. I like realist shows. Realist shows as in the one realist show I've watched. What the hell was it called? It's probably recommended. Um, it's not a recommended actually. You know what? Yeah, that's good because it's nowhere near the realist isekai. Okay, what the frick was the realist? This one. Okay, yeah. It's so boring. The first episode just makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, oh, I got hit by a ball. Now I'm gonna stop stalking you, and oh, you stop stalking me. No, I'm gonna fall in love with you. Like, no, I'm done with this show. Zom 100. I mean, come on. Well, what you expect? Everyone, this manga is so popular. I don't know why everyone's like, oh my god, this is gonna be the surprise hit of the season. It's so popular. It's just like Oshinoko. The manga is so popular. How are these people are gonna be like, oh, it's a surprise hit of the season. It's the most underrated show of the season. Like everyone knew about this before it even like aired, bro. It is amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. The guy learns to grow as a character from not being freaking overworked as hell every single time, and these characters. Okay, the what's her name? The samurai girl. She feels a bit forced in there, like at the very end. Like her appearance was very sudden. But other than that, that's like my only real gripe with this show. But I love the art style for this, by the way. The comedies are great too. Even though the stupid guy, the best friend Kun, just keeps freaking just keeps freaking stripping for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, let me change some stuff around because I don't feel. Oh yeah, I forgot. For tempo, where did I put tempo again? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put tempo at a C just because. God, I hate the main character's voice for tempo. It is like the generic best friend character that just is horny and is cringe. Okay, in like every show, like he's the same voice actor as the best friend character from Kanjo Kurashimasu, right? It's his voice is so noticeable in this series. Like it borderline kills this series, not gonna lie. So I'll put that as a C. When I say that was another show I might move. Oh, yeah, I think it was Last Boss, right? I think I'll move Last Boss to a B. It feels more balanced. So.